PRIM is a platform in which individuals are incentivized to volunteer, be more environmentally minded, as well as be better individuals all around in their community. And we do that via a token or currency system we like to call Leaf, which is built on the Algorand blockchain.
The main idea behind PRIM is that you're able to volunteer and be rewarded for it. And those rewards come in the form of, say, discounts from local businesses or gift cards from similarly local businesses. Can you go to the next slide? So PRIM, the main goal of PRIM is to bring communities together to help unify them towards the common good. In the sense that we have two types of volunteering on PRIM. One where you can volunteer for an organization, and they'll distribute the Leaf tokens directly to the volunteers. Sort of like if you were volunteering for a charity. And then another type of volunteer that's a volunteer position which is more peer-to-peer. Say if me and you had the app and you wanted your lawn mowed, and I could volunteer and then still earn Leaf tokens.
Right. Okay. And so as we were mentioning earlier, the token would be used based off of sponsors by companies. And so, like an example would be local businesses could sponsor and have their coupons be something that you can earn through earning leaves, or gift cards and stuff like that. Or you could have companies like Amazon later down the line.
Yeah, and those would be long-term goals, because Leaf, at the end of the day, isn't going to be directly correlated to any one currency, let's say, in a certain region. It's more upon a peer-to-peer basis of value, basically, and what you incentivize.
Right, yeah. And so this is the front end that the user would interact with. This is kind of a proof of concept. Yeah. We do have it running, as we can show you in a bit, but right now, one of the trackers of your well-being in your community and environment is, for example, if you're taking the bus to your workplace or like to just your gym or something like that, we would be able to use latitude and longitude. This is the proof of concept that we have that data to make sure that you're going onto that on that bus route. And so we would be able to reward you based off of doing that, because that's an environmentally friendly thing to do. And
so essentially there'd be an agreement between us and the user ahead of time. So based on, could we use your data? First of all, could we use your location data, which is a big factor of trust nowadays? Could we know where your work is in your work location, or wherever you travel in a day between your home and wherever you travel normally? And therefore, can we analyze the path you took there to see if you are being eco-friendly, right? Using Google Maps API, let's say. We were planning on using radar.io, but we couldn't get the compute bucks from them for this hackathon, so it's more of a proof of concept right now.
Yeah. And then this would be a diagram of your leaf pile, as we called it, the number of leaves that you have. And so now I'm going to do a demonstration of the exchanging of currency between users.
Okay.
For the example earlier. Okay, so. Well, yeah, I guess. Okay. So
there wasn't a whole lot of time to integrate the back end with the front end.
Yeah. So.
However, we have both parts ready to go, and just ran out of time pretty much.
Okay. So there's just a test interface, because we don't have the iOS SDK that we would have needed for the iPhone integration for this product.
Right.
So our proof of concept just used this simple interface, and so you start off by getting the block, the latest block, and then generating an account, and then getting the account details, taking that address, and putting it into the dispenser, for which will give you this user the actual Algorand dispenser. Algorand currency. And so clicking dispense, you see that it works here, code success. And so now we're going to recover the account and then get account details. And so this shows that the user actually has this amount. And so to show that we were able to transfer the data, there is a Algo Explorer which we will copy that user address into. And so, okay, yeah, so as you can see here, less than a minute ago, there was a transaction that went through showing that this is how we would implement it in the app between users.
Right.
Yeah.
And something with the back end, obviously we want to make sure that individuals aren't abusing the system. Let's say an organization is fronting and really they're only wanting to give leafs or leaf tokens to one person. This would be a way, through analytics of the entries, that we could tell where the leafs are going and based on large distributions. But we wouldn't be doing this mainly on peer-to-peer. It'd be through larger scalability, maybe further down the line with more development. You could single out odds and trends, basically, right? Things that stick out. Outliers, basically. And you want to talk about society? Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the
That's an overview of our PRIM.
There is a church, you can cover that right there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah. So our system, our architecture is, our application on the phone was built with React Native. Currently, we were using an iPhone to test and build our app, which is seen right here. And we can actually demonstrate
with Expo. We can demonstrate that we
using-
have a front end. It's a little bit janky right now. It's loading. But yeah, the front end can come up. It's built in React Native. And therefore, that's why we chose Node.js, is because the back end to React Native is easiest implemented in Node.js. Time wasn't there, but concept was.
Yeah, and we were going to use MongoDB, and I set up a backend to actually store data in MongoDB Atlas. And so what would happen is the phone would send the data to Node, which would send it to Mongo to store the user's accounts and their data, like their current amount of leaves. And
which obviously is really important in an application like this. You have to have something lightweight, right? Because you're going to, assuming you have a lot of users, you have something lightweight with a lot of compute credits and something that can easily be transferred on mobile, right? So MongoDB was a no-brainer, kind of.
Right, and of course we used Algorand for the blockchain implementation, as I was showing you earlier.
So, to represent the leafs, did you use assets, Algorand assets, to do that, or
Sorry, to represent
the units of value? I think
Right.
they were leafs.
Yeah.
Is that right? Did you define an asset for that?
Well, so far it's more of a proof of concept, but yeah, we've used like the default asset define or definition that you guys have.
algos.
Right, yeah, the algo.
But you could define your own asset called leafs and use those
Right,
as
yeah.
an exchange.
Yeah, like I think we were talking yesterday, I can make something called like a Harrison coin or a Harrison bucket.
Right.
It's completely buildable like that. We just happen to build it upon just the basic asset in this application.
And we found that the documentation of the whole system was very good and was very helpful in getting started. Just the amount of time was not enough based on what we were doing aside from that.
Yeah.
In terms of the front end and the other, like the MongoDB implementation.
Is the React client checked into GitHub? Can we get access to it?
Yeah, yes it is.
Okay, great. Good resourcefulness, guys. Nice job.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.